We are waiting. We are your men of the field ready for you. Come and witness with your own eyes how all your facilities and capabilities throughout the entire region will be utterly destroyed. Come and see for yourself the terrible fate that will befall American bases, American ships, and American forces. I say to the delusional and arrogant President of America that we, the great nation of Iran, will deliver to you the very same message that our beloved Qasem Soleimani once spoke. Oh, you reckless gambler, Trump! We are your true opponent. We are the steadfast soldiers of Hussein. We are waiting. We are your men of the field ready for you. Come and witness with your own eyes how all your facilities and capabilities throughout the entire region will be utterly destroyed. Come and see for yourself the terrible fate that will befall American bases, American ships, and American forces. Come and be utterly consumed by the blazing fire of Iran's brave defenders. Let this become such a harsh and unforgettable lesson, an eternal warning throughout all of history for America's tyrannical and oppressive rulers. We will discipline these oppressive rulers. Come and understand the severe consequences you will face when this region is set ablaze. Delusional Trump. Trump, you are delusional. Do not believe the lies and fabrications that they are constantly telling you. They had falsely claimed that Mashhad had fallen, but the devoted followers of Imam Reza, peace be upon him, are standing firm and ready to give a resounding answer to all these baseless delusions. We, from the blood of
Iran has issued one of its strongest warnings yet to the United States. While saying negotiations are still possible, Tehran is making it very clear. Iran says it is fully prepared for war. With protests raging inside the country and military threats rising from Washington, the question now is, are we heading toward another major conflict in the Middle East? Speaking to foreign ambassadors in Tehran, Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi delivered a powerful message broadcast on state television. He said Iran does not want war, but warned that the country is ready to defend itself if necessary. The Islamic Republic of Iran is not seeking war, but is fully prepared for war. Araghchi also said Iran remains open to negotiations with the United States, but only if talks are based on mutual respect, equal rights, and fairness. In short, Iran says diplomacy is possible, but it will not accept threats or pressure. These comments come after U.S. President Donald Trump signaled a tougher stance toward Tehran. Trump said his administration is closely monitoring the situation and is considering what he called very strong options. Speaking aboard Air Force One, Trump revealed that the U.S. military is actively reviewing the situation and that he's receiving hourly reports on developments inside Iran. However, Trump stopped short of saying when or how the United States might act.
There seem to be some people killed that aren't supposed to be killed. These are violent, if you call them leaders, I don't know if they're leaders or just they rule through violence. But we're looking at it very seriously. The military is looking at it, and we're looking at some very strong options. We'll make a determination. Iran called to negotiate. Yesterday, the leaders of Iran called, they want to negotiate. I think they're tired of being beat up by the United States.
Are you sharing any details on that call?
Iran wants to negotiate, yes.
Negotiate what?
We may meet with them. I mean, a meeting is being set up. But we may have to act because of what's happening before the meeting.
Right.
But a meeting is being set up. Iran called, they want to negotiate. Thank you very much, everybody.
Meanwhile, Iran has been rocked by widespread protests since late December, driven by economic hardship and public frustration. A US-based human rights group claims that nearly 500 protesters have been killed, dozens of security personnel have died, and more than 10,000 people have been arrested. Iranian officials reject foreign reports and accuse outside forces of fueling the unrest. Iran's foreign ministry describes the situation as a terrorist war against the Iranian people and claims armed foreign elements are targeting civilians. Tensions are even higher because of what happened last year. In June, the United States carried out airstrikes on 3 major Iranian nuclear facilities, Fordo, Natanz, and Isfahan, during a brief but intense Iran-Israel conflict. That operation pushed US-Iran relations to one of their lowest points in years. Now, with fresh warnings on both sides, fears of escalation are growing once again. Despite the harsh rhetoric, Iran says communication channels with the United States are still open, including indirect talks through Switzerland. Iranian officials insist they remain committed to diplomacy, but only if negotiations are not one-sided or dictated by Washington. At the same time, Trump says he's exploring ways to restore internet access in Iran, adding another layer of complexity to an already tense situation. So here's where things stand. Iran says it's ready for talks, but it's also ready for war. The United States is watching closely and weighing its next move. Will diplomacy calm the situation, or is the region heading toward another dangerous showdown?
Iran is burning. Protests have spread to every province. People are facing water shortages, economic hardships, and a government trying to hold on by force. And now, the United States is threatening action, while China warns against foreign interference. This isn't just a story about Iran. It's a story about global power, strategy, and what happens when allies and enemies collide. China's foreign ministry made it clear on January 12, 2026, we always oppose interference in other countries' internal affairs. For China, this is consistent policy: protect sovereignty, support allies like Iran, and push back against what it sees as US hegemony. Germany and other nations are condemning violence against protesters, but China's message is simple: keep your hands off. The protests themselves are massive. Starting in late December 2025, they've swept through all 31 provinces of Iran. People are demanding basic things: water, jobs, freedom. But the response has been harsh. Internet shutdowns, communication blackouts, and according to human rights groups, over 500 dead, including children. The numbers may be higher. It's impossible to verify under the blackout. President Trump warned Iran, continue using lethal force, and the US could respond at levels they've never been hit before. Options on the table include military strikes, cyber attacks, and sanctions targeting Iran's energy and regime figures. Trump frames it as support for freedom and protesters, but Iran sees it as a direct threat. Iranian officials have responded with warnings of their own. Parliament has declared US bases, ships, and Israel legitimate targets if attacked. The government frames the protests as foreign orchestrated, possibly to justify the crackdown and present themselves as defending the nation.
You must be very careful that the advice they are giving you for an attack on Iran is not the same kind of counsel as when you claimed Mashhad had already fallen.
Therefore, to ensure you do not fall victim to any grave miscalculation, understand this clearly. Should you proceed with an attack on Iran, both the occupied territories and all military centers and bases, and American ships in the region will be our legitimate targets, and with these explicit confessions you have made regarding your intention of military aggression against Iran, within the established framework of legitimate self-defense, we do not intend to restrict our capabilities to merely responding after an aggressive action has already been initiated against us. Instead, our approach will be to take decisive action based upon clear and objective indication of an impending threat. It was necessary for me to tell you and all your allies in the region this: do not make a miscalculation, because regret will not bring you any benefit.
Iran and China are close. Iran sells oil to China, provides land routes to Europe, and serves as a strategic partner in the Middle East. For China, Iran isn't just a country, it's a link in a global strategy, energy, trade, and influence. Experts warn, if the US or Israel strikes, Iran could hit back, potentially dragging in Russia and China. This isn't hypothetical. World powers are already watching, and Iran could become a flashpoint for a much larger conflict. So here's where we are. Protesters fight for freedom, governments plot strategy, and superpowers jostle for influence. Iran isn't just a map point. It's a living, breathing story of power, risk, and what happens when local struggles meet global ambitions.
Subscribe to One India and never miss an update. Download the One India app now.